Hey there, everybody. This is Tone again. Here I am, back with my recap videos. All right, this time I'm gonna be reviewing last night's Impact. Great show. I gotta say, it was. I don't know. Although there was a lot of great. I thought all the matches were really good. A lot of fun on the show. It was, and the 2 hours just whizzed by. So, I thought they did a good job in this, starting the Bound for Glory series build-up. So we'll get right into the show. It started right away. They had the Ultimate X structure set up when the show came on, and Chris Sabin and Zima Ion were already in the ring when the show started. And then we had the first match. It was those two and Austin Aries. Good match. Really good. I thought they did some good stuff here. I don't know. Chris Sabin at one point I think he did a dive or whatever, and he had Holt was clutching at his knee or whatever. I hope it wasn't a legit injury. I just hope it was part of the storyline. But I thought the match was good, and it was a really good way to kick off the show. After Aries, retained the title, he got on the mic and he said that, just less than a year ago at last year's Destination X, he came into TNA and said that there wasn't a person that he can't beat, and that he's pound for pound the best wrestler in TNA right now. He said that, like a lot of people in the back or whatever thought that he was full of hot air, but he kept knocking him out of the park every time he got in the ring. And he said he doesn't, it doesn't matter whether he's the opener or the main event or wherever or what, where his match is on the card of the show. He's always the main event, and the fans always get their money's worth every time they see him. And then he says that he isn't satisfied with being X Division champion, and he's looking to be the guy, the main event guy. And he isn't there to earn respect; he's there to take it. But then Hulk Hogan comes out, and Austin Aries, hey, it says, hey, that's just the guy I want to see, And then then they go to commercial, then back to commercial, back to the show, and Hogan's in the ring too, and he says that he hears how loud it always gets every time Austin Aries is every time he comes to the ring and they have a match or whatever, and he says that Austin Aries. It says that Aries saying he's always in the main event, that's a tall order and stuff, and he says that, he knows what it's like to headline shows and break records and be main events and all that. And the fans were chanting for Hogan, and Austin Aries says to the fans, hey, I'm trying to listen to the hoster here, And he said then Hogan says, it's like he's done it all, but one thing he never has done or never experienced was get the kind of goosebumps that he gets from watching Austin Aries wrestle. So he says that Aries is one of the greatest guys, or the greatest guy he's seen in the ring. And he says, that Austin Aries mentions that he wants to be in the main event. Hogan tells him that can happen at Destination X. He says that at Destination X, Hulk can book Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode for the TNA title. But this was the only part of this that didn't make sense. It's like he said he can't have one guy being champion of both divisions. So he tells Aries that if he wants the title shot against Bobby Roode, he's got to give up the X title. So and he gives him a week, to decide whether or not he's going to give up the belt. Austin Aries was saying that he wants his rear end for the X title, and now Hulk just wants him to give it up, and Hulk was like, no, I just wants to give him a chance to be in the main event. And that was your opening promo. Good stuff, good promo here. I thought Aries was good, on the mic, and even Hogan wasn't bad either. But it's like I just don't get why they say that Aries has to give up the X Division title if he wants to challenge Roode for the world title. It's not like we haven't seen the guy hold both belts before, like when Kurt Angle had all of them a few years ago. But Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, I guess they're gonna go with that at Destination X. It should be a good match. So then we get to Joseph Park. He's backstage at catering with just some random people or whatever, saying how great it felt at Slammiversary where he beat Bubba Ray or whatever. He's just yapping on and on. And then they all walk out and it's like, hey, where you all going? And then Bubba comes in. He asks where Abyss is. Joseph said that when he last saw Abyss, he was putting Bubba through a table at Slammiversary. And then, Bubba Ray knocks over the table that's in the catering room. And says that he won't rest till he finds Abyss. Good segment backstage. Then we get to Devon and Hernandez TV Championship. Devon wins. Solid match too. I thought it was a long, it was shorter, but it was still, it was solid. I think both guys are good in the ring. Then AJ and Dixie Carter backstage, and they're saying that they can't keep the secret going on any longer, and because AJ says that the longer they hide it, the more ammunition that gives Daniels and Kazarian, and Dixie's saying, oh, people are going to get hurt by it, blah blah blah, and then AJ is saying, people already have, and then she just tells him to focus on the Gauntlet match that he's in later, which is actually next. This story, like I said, this storyline is so weird. It's just like, I don't know why they're having, AJ Styles, that they're booking him in this ridiculous storyline. So up next was the Bound for Glory Series Gauntlet Battle Royal. The winner gets 20 points towards the Bound for Glory Series. So in the actual match, the entrance sequence was, there were actually 11 guys. There's 12 in this series. The 12th guy was going to be the guy who lost the Ken Anderson Bobby Roode title match. So the 11 guys in the match were AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Magnus, Bubba Ray Dudley, Kurt Angle, the returning Pope D'Angelo De Niro, Robbie E, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, and James Storm. It was a fun battle royal. I thought that they did a good deal. Battle Royal, Rumble, whatever you want to call it. They did it in the Rumble format. Where the guys come out every minute or whatever. That kind of stuff. But it was really good. Jeff Hardy was eliminated first by Bubba Ray, and then Abyss came out from under the ring. He wasn't in the match, but he pulled Bubba over the top rope, so he was eliminated, even though he was eliminated by someone who wasn't in the match. Then Rob Van Dam. Then AJ and Kurt Angle, I think, had some kind of miscommunication, and then Daniels eliminated AJ, and then Angle. And then Robbie E was eliminated by Samoa Joe, and then Magnus and Joe went at it for a bit in there. The tag team partners, they went at it, and I think Magnus was charging at Joe on the rope, and Joe yanked the rope down, and Magnus got eliminated. And then Storm eliminated the Pope, and then he eliminated Daniels, and it was down to Storm and Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe got eliminated. He was on the apron all wobbly, and then James Storm just super kicked him off, and that was the end of the match. Really good, but like I said, battle royals are usually a lot of fun to watch. So then afterwards, Storm gets the mic and he talks about how, when the last time I saw him in the ring, he thought his luck ran out. And he said that for a couple months he's been, at home he's been with his family on his farm. Saying that, it's like he built with blood, sweat, and tears, just like he did with his wrestling career and everything in the TNA. And then he brings up, his daughter asking if he was going back to wrestling, and he says it wasn't really so much that she asked that, but it was what she meant by it. And he said that, it's like he knows what wrestling means to him, but he never realized, how much it meant to his daughter. And then, he thanks the fans, and he said that he can, he's back to become world champion again. He says the Cowboy is back. And he said that he prays that Bobby Roode will be champion at the end of the Bound for Glory series, because that'll be a bonus of whooping Roode's ass. And then sorry, and the fans say about your damn luck. Really good promo. Storm was really good with that. He's a really good promo guy. Another guy who's been with the company since since the first show. So I'm guessing it's going to be Bound for Glory, Storm, and Roode for the title. So then we go to Bobby Roode backstage. And he says, he's not really intimidated by Storm. He's not afraid of him, whatever. And he said the Storm returned because he's jealous of Roode. Roode says he doesn't have a problem facing James Storm, but tonight he's got bigger fish to fry in the form of an asshole. And that being, that of course being Ken Anderson. Good promo. Like I said, Roode has been a really good champion. He's a great heel. The guy should be. I think the guy should have the belt all the way up until Bound for Glory. So then we go to a backstage segment with AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. Angle is pretty much telling AJ to get Daniels and Kazarian and all that bullcrap out of his head or whatever. He says that AJ is screwing up. He tells him that they're tag champion and they got to be focusing and this and that. And then AJ says, "Oh, he promises to get focused." It was all right, but like I said, this whole AJ Dixie storyline is just so ridiculous. I don't know what to do. Anyway, moving on. Then we had non-title match. New Knockouts champ, Miss Tessmacher, now as she's known as, against Madison Rayne. Decent match, Tessmacher won, of course. Then Brooke Hogan was backstage with Gail Kim, and Brooke says that next week is open fight night, and she was thinking of having a four knockouts compete in the match to see if it's a knockouts title shot or whatever. And then Gail complains and saying that she should be the #1 contender because she lost the title, so she's entitled to a rematch. And Brooke says that she gets to decide when the rematch for Gail Kim happens. So then Brooke tells Gail that because she can complain here, that she won't be part of open fight night and to enjoy next week off. Yeah, lame segment, I mean, thank God it was the only Brooke Hogan segment of the night, but it was one of the few weak parts of the show. Then we got to the main event. Ken Anderson and Bobby Roode, title was on the line, so, Roode got the crossface in on Anderson, and, it was a good match, and then, Anderson eventually tapped out. So Roode retained the title, so Ken Anderson is the 12th guy in the Bound for Glory series. So that was, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was, it was good, really good stuff, and then we get to backstage with AJ and Dixie. Dixie saying that they'll come clean with their secret next week or whatever, and that was pretty much it. And stupid stuff. Then they just throughout the night they were showing highlights of what happened at Slammiversary and what have you. And then now it's time for the end of the show. JB's in the ring, and he just talks about Dixie Carter announcing Sting as the first TNA Hall of Fame inductee. Then they show the Sting video package, and then Sting comes out, and he says that being the first inductee into the TNA Hall of Fame really means a lot to him. He says that there are so many others in TNA who deserve to be in the TNA Hall of Fame also. There's some who are he says there are some who are deserving more than he is. The fans can't thank you, Sting, and you deserve it, and this and that. And he's saying, and then he says that he thanks he thanks Jeff and Jerry, he thanks the Jarretts, for being founders of the company. He thanks Dixie and the Carter family for putting the money up for it and being backing the company up. And then as he was saying more, three big masked dudes come out from nowhere, and they just start pummeling on Sting. And that was the end of the show. Kind of a strange ending, I mean, we'll see where they go with that. As to who those guys are going to wind up being. And that was the show. So, like I say, overall, I thought that this was a really good show, and it was the best 2 hours. It was really good. Like I say, Ultimate X match was good, really good. I enjoyed that, and like I say, I hope Chris Sabin isn't really injured. The Hogan Aries segment, like I said, it was a good promo. But I don't get why they say Austin Aries can't be X Division and World Champion. Because Kurt Angle had every belt a few years ago, so it's that just didn't make sense. But like I say, Aries and Roode should be a good match. The Gauntlet Battle Royal was a lot of fun too. I mean, I knew James Storm was winning that one. His promo afterwards was really good too. And it was nice to see. I was surprised to see the Pope return. They didn't really do much with him after this, though. It's like he came back and he was eliminated. But I heard he's in the new Batman movie. So I guess that was why he was out for a while or whatever. I like Devon and Hernandez and the backstage bit with Joseph Park and Bubba Ray. It was a good way to continue that storyline going. Keep that storyline going. The only parts I didn't care for on the show were the AJ Dixie segments and the Brooke Hogan segment with Gail Kim. Those were the only weak parts of the show. Like I said, Tessmacher and Madison was good. Anderson Roode, solid match. And the end was kind of interesting. I thought Sting gave a nice speech for as a Hall of Fame acceptance or pre-Hall of Fame acceptance speech, what have you. And then I'm curious to see. I am kind of curious to see how they follow up this the masked guy's attack on him. So overall, I thought the show was really entertaining. It was definitely one of the best teenage shows they've done in a while. I think going live has really helped them out a lot. So that'll do it for now. Like I say, hopefully next week's episode of Impact will be just as good. I don't know, with AJ and Dixie revealing the secret next week, I have a feeling that the show might be a bit of a step down, but we'll see what happens. So that'll do it for me right now. Hopefully, I'll be back with a SmackDown recap, either hopefully later today or sometime over the weekend. And until then, you can add me as a contact, subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out tonyviz.blogspot.com, my website where I recap the shows, and that'll pretty much do it for right now. So till maybe either later or over the weekend, hopefully I'll be back with a SmackDown recap. Until then, this is the Tony Viz. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.